Okay, hi 3B. If you're watching this, it means you've pretty much mastered being able to read an analog clock, even down to like the second, and how to read a digital clock and convert between the two of them. So now we're going to get into something that's a little bit more advanced. It's called elapsed time. That's this word here. That's what this word means. Elapsed time. Whenever you're doing the run, let's say this is like Snake Park. And you're doing the run, and you run around, and you run in, and you're doing really good. Then all of a sudden, like someone comes by, and they like run right past you, and then they run past you again. Okay, and we often call that lapping someone. Lapping someone. I say you're being lapped, and you can see that word inside here, lap, right? Elapsed time is really just a way of trying to talk about how to calculate how much time has passed, right? I'll write that down. How much time has passed? How much time has passed? Okay, so a lot of these problems, this is the most simple you will ever see it. All right, doesn't get any more simple than this. There's two things you need to know. You need to know when something started, like 11:02 a.m., and when something ended, 3:22 p.m. And what you have to figure out is how much time has it been between these two. So I'm going to show you a little technique to do this, and it's kind of like going back into our past and using our friend the number line. So we've got this nice number line over here, and we're going to use this to solve this problem of how much time has passed between these two. And once we get good at this, we'll start seeing some tricks coming out. In fact, we might do a couple of tricks even just to start off. I'm going to draw a little line here to signify where I'm starting. I'm going to write my time I start with, which is just what was given before, 11:02. Okay, and then over here I'm going to write the time that I end with, which is 3:22 p.m. Okay, now it's important that I know that I go from a.m. to p.m. I have to have a really good understanding of how 12-hour time works, so this is going to be confusing for me. I'm always going to go forward in time, and then when I get to 12, it's going to go back to 1 p.m. And those times are going to be somewhere here in the middle. We have to figure out how much time passes in total. So I started 11:02, and I'm going to do things that I've always done in the past when I use a jump strategy. I'm going to try to find friends of 10. So I'm going to add 8 minutes onto this time, so plus 8, and get myself up to 11 and 10 minutes. Okay, now I'm going to work in groups of 60, so I want to go from 11:10 up to the next hour. So I need to add another 50 minutes to get up to the next hour, which is 12 p.m. Now I need to jump up to 3 p.m. because I know that I'm going up to 3:22. So let's get to 3 p.m. first. 3 p.m. So I'll go 1 p.m. So I'm going to add 1 HR for 1 hour. So that's 1 p.m. Then I'm going to add another HR, 1 HR for 2 p.m. And then one more HR plus 1 HR for 3 p.m. Okay, let's take a break here for a second and just look at what we're doing. How much time have we counted so far? Well, we've counted 8 minutes, 50 minutes, and 3 hours. So far we've counted 3 hours and 58 minutes. But we're not done yet. We still need to get up to 3:22. So let's do this. Let's just jump up 20 minutes. Plus 20 will get me to 3:20. And then let's just add plus 2. And we get to our final time here, 3 minutes and 22. 3 hours and 22 minutes. Okay, so how much time has passed? Well, if we had 3:58 before, look at this. I can add this 2 in. Boop. I can add that together, and I can get exactly 4 o'clock. Or sorry, 4 hours, excuse me. And then I can add this 20 minutes up to that, and I get a total of 4 hours and 20 minutes. So 4 hours and 20 minutes have passed from 11:02 a.m. to 3:22. Now, I know that looks like a lot of work here on the screen, but there are some tricks you can get to do later on. Yeah, we'll get to those, but it's important to practice using the number line strategy. Okay, I'm going to give you a few more. I want you to do them on your own, then you can watch how I do them and see how you went. Good luck. Okay, 3B, here is a few examples. Okay, so 3 problems with elapsed time. I would like you to draw out your number lines in your book and see if you can solve these. If you get stuck, just push play and you can watch me solve them. And anyways, good luck, and see you in a minute. Okay, if you're watching this, then you're ready to get started. So the first one up here, make sure you just read the times properly. 5:22 to 6:15. Actually, if you think about that, that starts in PM and that ends in PM. So we actually haven't spent too much time. This should be pretty easy. Okay, I'm going to draw my line here just to know where things start and things begin. So I'm going to write my time, 5 hours and 22 minutes. So okay, 5:22 PM, and my end time over here, 6:15. And let's just start adding up. So I'm going to add 8 to get up to my half hour, so plus 8 minutes, 8M. And that brings me up to 5:30. And then I'll add 30 minutes to get up to 6, so plus 30M. And that gives me up to 6 p.m. Good. And then, how much more? Yeah, okay, 15 more minutes. So how about I do an extra 10 minutes to get me up? Oops, that was like a 6, Mr. Black. They get me up to 6:10. Yep, and then I'll add 5 minutes, and that gets me up to 6:15. And now I just need to count along the top and figure out how many minutes I spent total, how many have elapsed. So that's 8 plus 30 is 38, plus 10 is 48, plus 5 is 53 minutes. 53 minutes, alright. Not too bad, pretty easy. Yeah, I think so. I don't think that's really that bad at all. I'm actually quite happy with that. Now, there is a kind of a trickier way to do this, if you will. You might have noticed that 5:22 is pretty close to being one whole hour away from 6:22, right? I mean, if we just did those numbers, you'd say, oh, Mr. Black, that's easy. From 5:22 to 6:22 is simply 60 minutes. You with me? But it's not 6:22, is it? It's 6:15. 6:15 is actually minus 7. It's 7 minutes less than that whole hour time. So if you take 7 minutes off of the whole hour time, you actually get your answer, 53 minutes. Now I know that's probably a little bit over our heads at this stage, but just something to kind of think about if you had maybe been wondering if there's a quicker way to do this. Okay, let's go back to our old jump strategy method and see how we went with this one. Okay, I'm going to start off at 10:46, and I'm going to go to 2:04. Now I'm traveling from an AM to a PM, so I know I'm going to have to go through 12 o'clock at some point. Alright, I'm going to start off with maybe a little bit more complicated jump, okay? I'm just going to do straight up 14 minutes, okay? Because I know that I need 14 minutes to get me up to 11 o'clock, okay? 11 p.m. Then I'm going to go from 11 p.m. up, and I'm going to jump one whole hour, 1 HR, up to 12. Oh, sorry, what did I say 11 p.m.? 11 a.m. Sorry, up to 12. And then I'm going to jump another hour, so plus 1 HR, up to 1 p.m. that is. Then we jump another hour, that's 1 HR, up to 2 p.m. Yep, and then 4 minutes plus 4 up to my number of 204. Now I can just count along the top and see how much I did total. So I did 14 minutes to begin with, then I did 1 hour to 3 hours, so I'm at 3 hours and 14 minutes, plus 4 minutes is 3 hours and 18 minutes of time. Alright, that's not too bad. Not too bad. Did I make a mistake? For some reason it feels like I made a mistake. 10 to 11 is 14 minutes. 11, 12, 1, 2... No? Okay, yep. I guess that's good. Sweet. On to the next one, shall we? Okay. Number 3. What color should I use? I'll use blue. Okay. This one starts at, excuse me, 12:23. Oops, 23. And it goes down here to, well, I'll stop here because you can't see off the side of my screen, can you? Up to 4:52. Okay, now you'll notice that these both start and end in the PM, so we don't have to go through 12, which is nice. So starting at 12:23, I might just add 7 minutes to get me up to 12:30, because that's easy to work from. And now from 12:30, I'll add a half hour or 30 minutes, and I'll get 1 p.m. And then from 1 p.m. I'll just go 1, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. So I added 1 HR each time, and I'm up to 4 p.m. Okay, and now what I can do, well, I could just jump up 52 minutes, but to make maybe life a little bit easier for me when I count at the end, I'll just jump up 30 minutes. So I'll get up to 4:30. Oops, that's 4:30. Yep, and then I'll jump 20 minutes to get me up to 4:50. 4:50, and then I'll jump 2 minutes to bring me up to my answer, 4:52. So let's see how much I jumped all the way across. Okay, I had 7 minutes and 30 minutes is 37 minutes, plus 3 hours is 3 hours and 37 minutes. Okay, plus another half hour brings me up to 4 hours and 7 minutes. Plus 20 is 4 hours and 27 minutes. Plus 2 is 4 hours and 29 minutes. 4 hours and 29 minutes. Cool. All right. I like that. So there you go, boys and girls. That is elapsed time for you. And this is a really foolproof method. You really can't get this wrong as long as you just follow the steps. And obviously you need a very good understanding of what's happening with AM and PM time. Like, you really have to know, you have to be a 12-hour time superhero in order to even think about trying to do this. And then it's just following the rules. All right, if you finish, go show Mr. Black. I'm sure he'd love to see your answers. Bye, guys.